which we're listening through. Una means away. This was a remote project between my friend Otto and I. He's Norwegian, and it's kind of like a catch-all for our distance, but also just kind of getting lost into that lower level of when you get into the music and kind of lost in the kind of Zen flow state. So all of the US copies of the vinyl are already gone, unfortunately. We do have some cassette tapes and CDs though, and it's of course on all streaming platforms and digitally. The next release for Ojas Music is going to be a solo guitar record that I made. It's called Illyria Sound. It will come out on May 8th. And I'm going to be kind of previewing a short set of some of that material for you tonight. For those of you who maybe don't know, for the last 20 years I've played in a group called Muller, where my primary role as a composer was on the guitar. And the music of Muller is a little more layered and maximal, and I kind of got stuck into this rut of playing and writing in the same way, in the same tunings, in the same finger picking kind of motifs and rhythms and patterns. And I kind of got burned out of that. So that's why I made Mirror Music, and I made this Una record to kind of like sort of cleanse my palette in a way. And I knew I wanted to make another recording a couple years ago. And I was like, what can I do? And I started playing guitar when I was a little kid, so that's like literally the first thing I knew how to express myself in any creative way through. And I was like, I have to kind of unlearn this like deep rut I was in the same way of always thinking about it. So I just started detuning my guitar, so just changing the tuning. And I was like, okay, let's try this, and just kind of figured out a handful of different tunings that I'd never played before, which was a challenge because it made me relearn different hand shapes and different fingerings, different patterns in my right hand. And after several months of doing that, I kind of alighted on about 10 or 12 tracks, and I was like, man, this is all, it all kind of felt like the same energy. I was like, I'm gonna do this solo guitar record. So that's coming out in a couple of months, and each song is sort of in a different tuning, so there will be a little bit of tuning time between each piece, so bear with me on that. But it's really about the deepest and most direct, the most pure connection that I have with this instrument, and also expressing through it. It's the most simple way of sound to reach another person's ears. So this is not about me, this is not about me performing, this is about you hearing the music and feeling the music. There's no words, it's just instrumental. So it's fully subjective. I want it to mean something to you in whatever way it needs to tonight, and when you get the record later on down the road. So I'm not going to say too much else. It's about 20 minutes of some guitar music, and yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. And I will say also, this has never been played before, so very special, intimate time here tonight. Sorry about that. Sort of learning. I have my cheat sheet here, all these tunings. Helps that the strings are correctly. There we go. Okay. Howard.
Bravo!